pardon me, I'm holding the camera at myself here. I know a lot of you are gamers who are on my channel, and it's always amusing when I have these videos that feature music from games from the 90s. How many of you are like, oh my gosh, that's how nostalgic. Because to me, that's not nostalgic, that's after my time. So I want to show you some stuff from my time, something that I have here. I gotta turn the camera thing around here, and dun, da, da, da. Atari Age magazine, May-June 1983 issue. Well, they have Atari Video Cube. I think the Rubik's Cube was really popular in the early 80s. In fact, I used to solve people's Rubik's Cubes in math class in 6th grade, and other handheld puzzles. And so they were going to have a version of the Rubik's Cube on the Atari. I don't think it ever actually came out, though. So but let's take a look at what we have here in the Atari Age magazine. And of course, the first issue is talking about this game, Atari Video Cube. It was like it was going to be, is that 2600 or 5200? That is the 2600 game. Yeah, it was. And got some screenshots here. Basically, just a little guy walking around the cube. It would turn the cube. I'm not sure how it actually would work. Hubie carries the color with him. But yeah, I don't think that game ever actually came out. Only from the Atari Club, or maybe it was an exclusive. It was never in the stores. That's why I never saw it. And woo, the trackball for the Atari 5200. Analog control, oh my gosh. I had the trackball for the 2600, which was completely useless because the 2600 only had digital controls, you know, on or off, on or off. And so you spin the wheel, it's just an on or off thing. It's like, yeah, give me a joystick. One of those, there you go. That's all we needed to play games in my day. A stick and one button. Yeah. So I got the letter to editor there, so let's go ahead and what we got here. Sword Quest, Earthworld Solution. Ooh, and finalists going for a $25,000 prize. Yep, gaming was big in those days too. And oh, you know, of course, got some glare here. Famed child psychologists to make games for kids, of course. And look at those graphics. Oh my gosh, that's Defender. Well, not the logo in the middle. It won an award. I've got the. Let me turn that down. Maybe it looks a little better. There we go. And oh look, Atari in schools. Woohoo! Multimedia. Yes, buzzwords were around. Like multimedia was around there. So here's a new game. It's like Atari Video Cube, which we saw. Kangaroo. Look at those graphics. Oh my gosh. Wow. Look at the stairs. Look at that balloons. Look at the kangaroo. Oh my gosh. Listen. It almost looks like a real kangaroo. Well, if I get focus, it will. I can't focus on him. Yeah, look at that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Is that a real kangaroo or what? Oh wow. I should turn the macro mode on. And down here, Jungle Hunt. Now that was an awesome game. This was an awesome game, Jungle Hunt. Yeah. And sneak peeks. Oh look, a keyboard for the Atari 2600. Yeah, and ooh, a tape drive. Wow, you're turning it into a real computer now. A tape drive. Gosh. Revolutionary device. Yes, indeed. This is another device. This is a device that also I think never came out, because the popularity of 2600 died rapidly with the release of the 5200. And oh look, somebody drew a cartoon about the E.T. game. Remember that? It's considered one of the worst games of all time, I think, now. I actually had that game. And someone talking about how realistic the games are, making a cartoon about it. What? They should make these games seem real. Which is laughable when you compare it to what things look like today. Look, I even still have the card. A contest entry form. Woohoo! Tell your friends. Join the Atari Club. And the Atari Safari, which is like a fan club. Here you order either Jungle Hunt or Kangaroo from the club and get an official Atari Safari t-shirt. Woohoo! It'd be a real collector's item now if somebody had that. 2 wild new arcade hits. Alright, what else we got here? Talking about puzzles. Like I said, Rubik's Cube was very popular, so they actually just talking about puzzles in general here. This page. And then they're talking about video puzzles. That's going to be the next big thing. And I think there were a lot of puzzle games in the early days. In the 80s and 90s. A new game coming out, Food Fight, complete with a little graphic there using the arcade version. arcade adaptation. And screenshot. Oh yeah. Oh look, and the high score update for coin-op arcade games. Asteroids, Scott Safran, 41 million plus. It took 53 hours and 8 minutes of playing time. Can you imagine? Was he able to pause between levels, or did he actually do that non-stop? Probably non-stop, I imagine. And Missile Command, 48 hours. Space Duel, I thought that was a two-player game, but And Tempest, oh, that was a classic game, Tempest. Oh yeah, played a lot of Tempest, but not 12 hours worth. And letters to the editor. Look at what you get for just $9.95. Games are special on sale. What do we got here? We've got Berserk. Oh yeah, classic. Raiders of the Lost Ark game. Yeah. Get the glare out of here. Space Invaders. Oh yeah, it doesn't get better than that. What is that one? Oh, volleyball. Oh yeah. Sword Quest. Very, 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 very early adventure game. And Defender, yeah. And we've got Star Raiders. Missile Command. I used to like games like Star Raiders. I don't think I ever had Star Raiders specifically, but games where you go to a sector and then battle. Yeah, those are good. And yeah, Missile Command. What do we got here? Var's Revenge. Don't know that one. And Super Breakout. I remember going back even farther. Then when the Breakout arcade game first came out, late 70s maybe, or maybe early, few years earlier in the 80s. A friend of mine called me, and he said, "Oh, they've got a new game at the Straw Hat Pizza, a new video game." I said, "Oh, what is it?" And he said, "Well, it's hard to explain. It's like Pong, but one player." I'm like, how can you do Pong one player? It doesn't make any sense. He's trying to describe it to me over the phone. I was like, I just don't get it. That just doesn't work. How can you do that? Let's see here. We got, the Atari 2600 baseball. The baseball game was so funny. You move the joystick, and all the players on the team move together. So you'd have to kind of like get an outfielder to grab the ball and throw it, and then move this at the same time and move the infielders around. It's kind of very weird. And a little storage case for the Atari 2600. Yeah. Look, a book to keep your games in. Oh, a mug. Oh, beach towel. Love this. Sun is fun, but I'd rather be playing Atari. Yeah. For the true gamer. Hall of Fame for your household. Keep track of your scores. Yeah. And a free offer for Atari Age parents. Again, this psychologist wants to start creating educational games. And oh, the Atari 5200, now we're getting, I mean, look how much better the graphics are. Oh my gosh, it's almost like the arcade. It's pole position. Dude. You're going to be in countermeasure. Look at that. Oh my gosh, look at that. It looks like a real battlefield, doesn't it? Wow. I mean, the resolution is like 4 times higher on that than the 2600. It's incredible. Yeah. So there you go. So we'll look into and there's the back page. Of course, advertising trackball. There's the trackball for the Atari 2600, which was completely useless because it only had 8 directions, and it's just on off. It was why use a ball? And then of course it had buttons on both sides, but there's only one button, so they're both the same button essentially. So, cool. $74 for the 5200 trackball controller. $74 for that. And the Atari 5200 itself was advertised here somewhere. Yeah, here, Atari. Look at the price. Comes with Pac-Man though. Woohoo! $249.95. So even in those days, the consoles cost about as much as they do today. So I thought you'd enjoy having a little look at what's nostalgic to me.